Thank you for joining us for today's show. I appreciate you more than you know. That rhymed. Totally unintentional. This is for those who want and who can do more. You have options in the description below. May I suggest a membership program because it is the most affordable option. But understand that by you watching from start to finish and pressing the like button, subscribing if you haven't, and commenting and interacting in the video really helps my algorithm and pushes my channel forward and helps my cause. So, that being said, you are amazing regardless of how you spin it. Something quite significant I just stumbled upon. I was browsing the internet as I was doing my research, and I came across this interesting video on YouTube. It is in relation to ALEXEE Trevizo's mother. Listen, there's a reason why her mom is the way she is. She's a criminal. She's not just any criminal. She's a hard criminal. She's an absolute liar. And she's done it all of her life. What did we expect? What did we expect her daughter to be if she hasn't even changed her ways? Listen, I'm going to put the word allege, but let me tell you something. We all have a brain and we're smart enough to know better. So that word allege is just so you don't sue me. Matter of fact, here's my legal spiel. If you are new here, I am Alistair Hanzekio, and this is just my point of view. Let me show you this.
So that is 4 different times that she was arrested, and that was from Gaines, Colorado. Out of those 4 different arrests, she was charged with 6 different crimes. Twice she was charged with disorderly conduct, and 4 times she was charged with faking checks, so check fraud. And these are from 2004 to 2014, so they would have been when ALEXEE was a baby to about 10 years old. So her mom definitely has a history. And then it turns out that isn't even where the history stops. So in July 17th of 2004, so when ALEXEE was only 7 months old, the Department of Corrections in Texas charged her with driving while intoxicated with a child under 15 years of age in the car. And she pled guilty and took a 5-year probation sentence. And we know that she has ties to Texas because, so get this, this is the lady who hit and run my car in Waco, Texas. She is the mother of a daughter who recently got arrested for killing her own newborn. So this is what I found today. And we know that Rosa lived in Colorado because, like I said, we just went over all of her arrests from 2004 to 2014 in Gaines, Colorado. But this is from June 27th, 2012. And it looks like she lived in Pueblo, Colorado, at least briefly as well. So this would have been when ALEXEE was 8 years old. Rosa Linda Rivas, 29, of the 2000 block of East 13th Street, was arrested Monday on warrants for bond revocation and identification theft. She was being held in jail in lieu of a $50,000 bail.
What?
Bro. So she's got 4 check forgery charges already, 2 disorderly conduct charges. She has her DUI while driving with a baby from Texas. And then this, identification theft.
Insane.
And bond revocation. And this is before the hit and run in Texas. So that's before this. But yeah, so just absolutely absurd.
Okay. Listen. This is what listen. This is what I say. You know, doing this show, it's very difficult. It's very difficult for many reasons. The main one is obviously I'm putting myself for the world to see. So, in case you're wondering, I pay my taxes. So don't try to look. But this is why if you're going to be a criminal, you don't want notoriety. You don't want to be known. Look what was dig up from this woman's past. Scary, isn't it? Oh, let me tell you something. This is why this job is very difficult. It's about me again. Whatever. I'm getting to a point. And here's my point. My point is, forget about ALEXEE for a hot second. Mother, 4 forged checks. You would think after the first one you learn your lesson. 4? Oh wait. Second-degree assault? What? This is when you have a toddler. Second-degree assault? Really? What a great example you are. Identity theft? Do you know what the level of crookery that requires for you to be an identity theft person? Hit and run? Oh my God. DUI with a child in the car? Really? Lady, just fall asleep in the car and wake up the next morning. What? Listen. Now, read between the lines here. Remove the identity theft. Remove the forged checks. Even remove the assault. DUI, this is a mother, a person who is willing to put her child in harm's way. This is not someone that's sane. This is not someone that is healthy of mind. This is someone who is sick. This is a sick person who unfortunately had a child. And unfortunately, that child doesn't have the best mentor. Therefore, the child committed a heinous crime because mommy is a loser. Wow. Second-degree assault. Second-degree assault. Check fraud. Okay, so anyway, the mom is like, don't touch my daughter. You want to play with me? You want to play with me? I'm going to sue you in the hospital. And she was not bluffing. She hired a lawyer. Let me tell you something. You guys may not understand. Lawyers are very expensive. Unless you get public defender, lawyers are no joke. They will empty your bank account if you are not careful. So when you say to someone, I'm going to sue you, you better have pockets to back it up. Because Miss Thing over there who forged 4 checks, she ain't got no money. She ain't got no money to afford a lawyer. So please.
Okay, so this is allegedly from one of ALEXEE's classmates. I have not verified who this person is.
So nosy.
I am just going off of the fact that another channel has decided to use these, so they find them credible, and this is just my opinion based on what I'm reading.
Okay, so let's read it together. So, the first part of the text, it says, how her family could have possibly gotten all the money for the bail. And attorney fees, because I know her attorney isn't cheap. And there's rumor going around that Mac Chase might have helped with that. But I don't know if that's entirely true or not. It's just what a few people said. Look, attorneys are not cheap. Okay? Both ALEXEE and Devin acted as if nothing happened at first. They were quiet about it, then acted like ALEXEE and outside of school is very entitled. Snooty. Okay, so this first paragraph right there, the text is saying ALEXEE is a narcissist pretty much. It's all about me. It's all about me. Which leads me to this scenario. I'm going to try to find it in the editing. Do you remember the moment when we saw ALEXEE acting like a child and stuff? Listen, it fooled me. That's gaslighting. After reading this, that's gaslighting. ALEXEE is nothing but a narcissistic monster. A child murderer, allegedly. All right? Her mother put her child in harm's way? What makes you think ALEXEE doesn't think that's normal? Matter of fact, ALEXEE perfected the situation and killed her her newborn child, allegedly. You're not going to get me. No, you're not going to get me. Let's continue reading this text communication between the students. She was a good friend, but at times let her ego get in the way. She always has worn baggy and loose-fitting clothes since freshman year. Her family is very strict. I knew it. I knew her family was very strict. Oh, please. Oh, please. I think I called it out the first video I made about ALEXEE. Like, something is fishy about this. Something is fishy about this. This family seems very, very fishy. Anyway, her family is very strict, especially her mom. I call that too. But her mom is also a very nice lady. Yeah. ALEXEE comes from a kind family, and her mom always has nice things. Always had nice things rather than being Gucci, Louis, Chanel, Lululemons. I don't know what that means. Oh, God, students. Speak English. ALEXEE's mom, I believe, has her own little business making senses for cars. I'm unaware of what her stepdad did, but I know that they had money. Okay. Well, look, it's very easy to know if you have money or not. Because when it's time to show up, can you show up? Or you all bluff? Please. That was very, very difficult to read, kids. What is this? This is high school level? What is this? What am I reading? All this block of text for a headache. Ow, 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 ow. Anyway. So the text continues. Nosy kids. What about Devin? Devin is the boyfriend, the father of the murdered alleged infant. So what about Devin and his family? And has Devin said anything to anyone about the situation since it happened that you know of? Devin comes from a very kind family as well. I didn't know Devin as well as I did ALEXEE. I'm unaware of if Devin had told anyone. I do know Devin has been cheating on ALEXEE for a while. Duh. Sorry. Duh. They're kids. What'd you expect? Monogamy? Never mind. Please, 16-year-olds. That's all they do. As a matter of fact, it'll be abnormal if you are. You will not be the norm if you're a faithful, sexually active teen. Stop, Alistair. Stop. Okay. So anyway, back to you. So Devin been cheating on ALEXEE for a while, and the day she was arrested, ALEXEE had found out Devin cheated on her. Oh my God. Okay. I'm reading between the lines here. All right. Devin has always been one of the well-known students, rather than ALEXEE being more to herself. I'm going to pause here. So she gives birth. Ouch. No epidural, please. Ladies, you know how that feels. I don't know how that feels like, but my sister, she told me it's the most unbearable pain ever. No epidural. Anyway, so you push the baby, no epidural, you kill it, allegedly. Then you walk your ass back to the hospital room bed where you were laying at, and then you find out your boyfriend is cheating on you. Oh, what a great day, ALEXEE. What a great day. What a great day. By the way, if you're a teenager and you happen to watch me, no teenager watch me, but just in case, except my family members. I don't co-sign on kids pretending to be married. I think part of being a teenager, this is my opinion, you're supposed to explore and find yourself. So, cheat on you? Oh well, next person. Go through the emotion, process the emotion, but this concept of like, that's my boyfriend and we're together forever. Really? You think you're going to marry that 16-year-old boyfriend when you're 27? I don't think so. There's too many good-looking people out there. What? Or you haven't lived. There's too many good-looking people. No. No, you're too weak to handle the world. If you just be with one person, you have no idea some of the good looks are out there. Yummy. I'm married, but I did my things. So I'm immune to enchantments. I'm immune to enchantments. I am, please. But I had fun when single. Anyway, let's continue. All right. Now look, here's the thing. If you read between the lines, it's very easy to figure out how Alexee's mom is probably going to finance this attorney. Two options. Number one, she's not going to pay the attorney. But wait, private attorneys work on a retainer. Please, $5,000 retainer is not that hard to find. The issue now is, how do you maintain this retainer for the length of a potentially very long trial? Okay? No, she's a fraudster. The way she's going to finance this lawyer is going to be through fraud. What makes you think that her ways are different today? These charges, these crimes, these horrendous crimes were not that long ago. They were like 10 years ago. You might ask yourself, 10 years is a long time. No, it's not. No, it's not. 4 times check fraud, identity theft. Like, if she didn't learn her lesson 4 times, and then she didn't learn it after ID theft, you think she's going to learn it now? You are nicer than me. No, I know. Let me know what you think. Comments below. Go ahead. Let me know what you think. Yeah. Let's look a little deeper as to that boyfriend of his who cheated on Alexee. Listen, let me tell you something. I'm not surprised he cheated on her. Narcissists are a pain in the ass. She must have been hell of annoying to deal with. It's not about me. You didn't buy me presents. Oh my God, my hair. Why are we going shopping? What are we doing? Who wants to deal with that? Oh my God, you don't love me. You don't like me. What are we doing? Anyway, listen to this.
So, he cheated on her all the time, and everybody has told her that.
He cheated on her all the time?
Yeah.
What?
And even whenever she was in jail those 5 days, he had hooked up with one of the traders. Yeah.
So, there. First of all, let me be very clear about something. I don't slut shame. If Alexee wanted to do it, fine. If the boyfriend wants to do it, fine. As long as you wear protection and you are considerate and you understand the word and the meaning of consent. Okay? Now that's out of the way, let me be very clear about something. These are teenagers. Grown-ups cheat all the time. What do you think? Teenagers would cheat even more. Matter of fact, don't be a fool. Don't be a fool. Kids do it. And they have to do it. Anyway, this is not a sex ed video. Please, get out of here. Let me just explain something to you. This guy, the boyfriend, the boyfriend didn't care about any of this. Okay? Because, let me tell you why he didn't care about any of this. All right? Alexee was in jail for 5 days. Honey, homeboy was like, let me just get laid. Your son just got murdered. I mean, I'm just saying, if he really was bothered, he wouldn't be over there swinging. No. He found out his baby's dead, allegedly, killed by his girlfriend that he's cheating on, allegedly. Goes to the hospital, my kid, and then goes right back home and gets sexual without wearing a condom, allegedly. I don't know if he did or not. I'm not going to be Ashley Gillard. You're not going to get me. But my point is that these teenagers are being kids. What do you expect? They're being kids. This is why it's so important. You teach your kids about consent, safe sex, and exploring their bodies. That's, abstinence. Just an opinion. Please don't be mad at me. Don't throw tomatoes. I'll dust them all. Even you, Detective Wobbuffet. She grows undodgeable tomatoes. I love it. Inside joke. All right. Listen to this next segment. Okay, let's get serious now. Do you remember when they showed the footage of Alexee going to the bathroom? And then she comes back out of the bathroom after she's given birth and allegedly murdered her kid. The police decided to interview the staff of the hospital. There's one person in particular, there's one interview that my brain locked on. Let's listen to it together. It's not that long, it's about 10 minutes long. And I'm going to tell you what I read within that interview, which to me tells me she is not only guilty, she did it on purpose. She was very well aware of it. There's no mistake that this little girl killed her kid, allegedly, because she didn't want to be pregnant. It gets in the way of my boyfriend. Oh my God, not me. Okay? Stupid.
So I got, because I do 24/7 call for ultrasound, so I got a call. I couldn't even tell you the time, maybe it was 8:30, 9 o'clock.
At night?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So I come in and they asked me to come in for a stat ultrasound. Apparently the patient had delivered the baby and thought that there was still placental tissue because the amount of bleeding she was having. So I thought, okay, great, I'll be right there. So when I got here, I go and I get my ultrasound machine. I go directly to the ER. And first of all, when I came to the hospital, I noticed that there were about 6 cop cars. Okay, so I thought, oh, please don't let it be my patient. But anyway, so I get my machine, I go directly to the ER department, and I said, where's the room that I'm supposed to go into? And they said room 2. So I'm taking my machine over to the room, and there's 2 cops in front of the door, and there's 2 police officers inside the room that the patient was in. So I'm getting ready to go in. There was a little bit of chaos because there's quite a few. The nurses were around. The physician, the ER doctor, was sitting at her desk, and 2 ER nurses stopped me and said, you do not need to do the ultrasound. You could go ahead and leave. I thought, that's fine. Grabbed my machine, started to head back to my department, and then the physician, I can't even remember who the ER doctor was. I can't remember her name. But anyway, she said, Lorraine, do me a favor. And her hands were covering her face, and I saw that she was distraught. And I said, what can I do? What's wrong? And she said, I really do need for you to go in and do the ultrasound. And I said, okay, that's fine. And we're still looking at the same diagnosis. And she mentioned to me, she said, no, this is disturbing. She pulled me aside. She was whispering to me, and she said, apparently what the patient did was she walked in, she goes to the restroom and delivers the baby in the restroom, and then puts the baby in a bag, because the garbage that we have throughout the departments are pretty tall, and there's those large garbage bags that are pretty sturdy. So I guess she delivers it in the bathroom and pulls placenta and everything out, throws the baby in the bag, goes in the garbage. And how she ended up in the room for me to scan her, I have no idea. I didn't get details.
No, that's fine. Just what you did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the reason why this interview particularly caught my attention, this interviewee, I apologize, because she was an outside entity. She was nowhere near the incident. The incident happened. She just happened to be on call, and they called her. They didn't even tell her what she's coming there well, not for, but did even tell her, hey, someone killed their baby, allegedly. Why don't you come in here and do an ultrasound? She's like, just come and ultrasound. She just thought it was a routine situation. It's like, all right, I'm on my way, fine. It's just at the last moment when she's about to do the ultrasound that she was told about the incident. So to me, that tells me that she comes in as a clear mind, unbiased. She just goes in to do one job. And then she's told the news. That shifts her mindset. It will shift her mindset from, all right, this is not a typical work day. This is not a typical ultrasound. So I'm going to pay extreme attention on what? The nuances. Everybody else had high emotion. They were very distraught. They experienced the trauma almost firsthand. She was the outsider. So she has a clearer perspective on things. She has a clearer point of view. So that alone made me pay attention closer to what she had to say. Okay, let's continue to what she says.
Anyway, so I go into the room with her, and I know that I need to scan her, but I need to scan her through the vagina, not through the belly, because I noticed that there was a significant amount of blood on the table. And there was a police officer in there, and I was a little bit uncomfortable with him being there, and so was she. So I asked him if he could step out and just stand by the door. So he did that. So I didn't want to have a conversation with her after I was given this information. But she was talking to me, and while I'm trying to get things set up, and she says, I don't know what's going on. She said, I didn't know I was pregnant. I'm a cheerleader. I started gaining a lot of weight. My clothes were tight. I was taking birth control pills. So she said this didn't make any sense to me.
Okay, so here is a red flag. So she repeats the same story to a complete stranger. And the story she repeats, a complete stranger in terms of the situation, because the nurses were there, the police were there, etc. So she's seen them already. So for that particular moment, it's a complete newcomer. And she spins the same story. She's trying to gaslight. It's the same story. She's story spinning. I picked that up very quickly because not only it's the same repeated broken record, but it's not even consistent with what the lawsuit of the future comes in later on. Oh, I wasn't pregnant. I didn't know I was pregnant. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Lady, have several seats. And here's another thing also when it comes to being dishonest. Her boyfriend is a cheat monster. Are you trying to tell me, Alexei, that you're not having sex with that boyfriend of yours unprotected? Get out of here with that. Like, who are you trying to fool? You really think we're 16 like you? Anyway, that's not even funny. Let's continue.
I don't know what to tell you. And I did my scan, and then I left.
And that was the end of your contact with her?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Other than her telling you that she was pregnant, taking birth control, and her clothes got tighter, did she tell you anything else that may come to mind?
And did you use the belly ultrasound or the vaginal?
Through the vagina.
Through the vagina.
Yeah, and still there was, some tissue, because when you deliver, whether it's a normal delivery or not, sometimes it's still placenta tissue can still be in there.
Mm-hmm.
And so she was having a significant amount of bleeding. But after that, I stopped, I told the doctor, and I sent the report out to be read, and that was it.
So
And it wasn't till the morning, too, when I walked in, and this is Artesia, I'm not from Artesia, I just work here during the week, and word gets around, and I just was hearing stories of what really happened. I never knew the details until I walked in the next day.
Okay.
And
Significant. She was a neutral party. So her recount of things is clearer than everybody else's. Her interview has heavier weight because she comes in pretty much almost unbiased. Almost unbiased. And because she's a new entity, Alexei, the narcissist, alleged narcissist, realizes that. And she's like, oh my God, okay. No, it wasn't my fault. I didn't do it. Mommy.
I just didn't say anything.
and how long have you been a
Ultrasound?
center?
For about 20 years.
Yeah, she's a veteran.
So, is there any other trauma or anything to that part of the body that would lead you to believe that she didn't give birth, or?
No, because, and after talking to the ER doctor, she was obviously in labor, and I think she knew that. And so my assumption was, she panics because when she was talking to me, she was talking pretty rapid, and she was like, I don't understand. So, was it all mental, psychological, who knows, but she definitely knew what she was doing, and what was doing was wrong because of the way she was talking to me, just stating, I didn't realize I was pregnant, and, but I'm taking the birth control, so, I mean, she was panicked, but, I didn't see her being in a state of mind where she did not know what she was doing. And that's just my perception working with women, well, not just women and men, and scanning in general, who's a little bit off, and I didn't get that with her. She's pretty much, and she felt it. I mean, you could tell that she was, I don't know if I should say if she was worried or she was concerned because she knew what she did was in the wrong. That was just the impression I got from her.
Significant, concern, worried. These are emotion and states of mind that is linked to something very specific, like fear, guilt. In order to have fear, you need to understand what has been done, and compare and contrast it to what the norm is. If societal norms, would you feel afraid if you just jumped the turnstile at the subway station? Nah, not really. Because, maybe it's defined and whatnot. But would you be afraid if you committed a murder? Allegedly. Yeah, because society is not going to stand for that. That is mental clarity, ladies and gentlemen. ALEXEE Trevizo is too stupid because she's a young girl. She can't even lie well. She's too stupid to understand. Honey, in situations like this, the best thing to do is don't even talk. What do your lawyer say? I want my lawyer. Don't talk. But because she was trying to spin a story and prove her innocence, that shows that there is awareness that the gravity of she's understand the scale of the gravity of her actions. Yeah, which means she did this alleged murder intentionally. Why? As far as I know right now, look, she killed the kid allegedly because she's afraid of mama, allegedly. Because mom is a gangster, allegedly, and a thug, allegedly. She's a thief. She's an ID theft. I don't have to say alleged for that. She's an ID thief. And she's a fraudster. She's a fraud. Yeah. How's that for a mother? Not only is she a fraud, but she's so much of a fraud, and she's violent. Second-degree assault. A violent, fraudulent, ID stealing, con artist, a hit and run, and DUI child in the car. Woman. Yeah. That's you, Rosa. That's you, Rosa. And your daughter is a murderer, allegedly. What a great rap sheet, Rosa. Look, speaking about Rosa, let's look at her one last time. I want you to pay attention to this reaction of the mom. Listen. I'm nosy, like those those high school kids.
Mitchell just told me, because that's our lawyer, Gary Mitchell, and he said if he just wants to keep her safe.
Okay.
So if anybody finds out that what she did, what they think she did, or and she doesn't want him any kind of harm.
Okay.
So you guys could isolate her. I don't want anything to happen.
No, I know what you're talking about. He wants her to be put in special population. That's what that means.
Okay.
No, I'll make sure if she does go out, she shouldn't, because this is through magistrate court here in town, and she should be seen tomorrow because it is non-violent. She has no priors. She more likely to be released tomorrow.
Okay.
And because I don't know if the district attorney is going to do a pretrial detention or anything, but if they don't, then she'll see the judge in the morning and then go from there.
Okay.
What time?
What? Yeah.
It depends on the judge's schedule. he has, I believe, 72 hours to see anybody, but it just is on a rotating docket. I think detention starts at 7 in the morning. I'm not too sure right now.
Is it for sure that she will get seen tomorrow?
The judge has 72 hours to see her. He has to see her before 72 hours or she gets released.
Okay.
Okay? More likely, she'll be released on an OR. It's called order of recognizance, your own recognizance, meaning like we're trusting you to go out there, not commit any crimes, any more crimes, do anything else. You can't leave a certain area, stuff like that. That's more likely what will happen. All right? So that's where you're at right there. All right?
Thank you for being so nice to her.
All right? I'll leave you all to it.
Thanks.
So at first glance, it might seem like, yeah, she's a nice lady. But I want to clear your rose-colored glasses just for a little bit. Let's just assume she doesn't have that rap sheet. ALEXEE has been in the house for at least 24 hours. You mean to tell me, as a parent of this heinous crime, you come home, you're not taking a nap? No. You can take a shower if you want. Sure, I'll give you some food. Honey, we're having a conversation right now. If you manage to escape the jaws of the law, we're not going to sleep. What happened? ALEXEE, what is that? What do you mean? You ask the right questions. You mean to tell me for a crook and a fraudster mother like herself, she did not ask the right questions? Of course she did. Of course she did. This is not a stupid woman. She forged 4 checks and she did ID theft. Okay, she got caught. But listen, for these thought processes to occur, there's not like this is churning that goes on behind the head. You mean to tell me the stepfather and the whole family did not have a conversation with ALEXEE? They did. That's the most likely scenario. Look, doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. What makes sense is that family had a conversation with the alleged murderer. And what was said, we will never know. But one thing is for sure. Look how like defensive and calm and like, my daughter. Let's speculate. Let's read between the lines and guess. Let's do an educated guess. Oh, English. You're so hard when I'm tired. Anyway, pay attention. Let's do an educated guess. Okay? Her valiant defense towards the daughter, days after the daughter who committed the alleged murder found herself in her house, so they had a conversation. The conversation was, how do we hide this? ALEXEE, I am Rosa, the fraudster. I've done this before. I can handle this. You're going to follow my lead, okay? Okay, mother. We're doing this as a family. Alleged. Look, I'm going to put alleged. Look, this is just me thinking what's going on behind the scenes. We do this as a family, okay? Nobody's going to take us down. Okay, mother. Okay, what do we do? All right. So I'm going to get a lawyer. We're going to, say you didn't know. You were not pregnant because it's immaculate conception. The Virgin Mary was like, I'm bored, right? So therefore, we're going to talk to a lawyer, lie to the defense lawyer because you think just because it's a defense lawyer, you're not allowed to lie. Please, they fabricate a story to the defense lawyer. If the defense lawyer really knew the truth, he wouldn't step foot on that arena. But, he's fed lies. Sure, why not? Please. Yeah. And so now they're coming up all chest pumped up. It's like, ALEXEE didn't do anything wrong. You killed the baby, not ALEXEE. Listen. Oh, my God. I am 100 confident. Oh, my English is hard today. I apologize. You know what time it is right now? It's 1 a.m. It's 1 a.m. I'm telling you, this is a hard job. You think I was kidding? No, it's 1 freaking a.m. What am I doing up till late? Well, I just finished work, my real job. And yeah, and then I just put on this jacket and I'm here filming. And then I'm going to upload everything in the computer while I go to sleep after you. And then I'm going to schedule it first thing in the morning. And this video should be out on, I tell you, this video should be out on, well, Wednesday. Yeah. Anyway, back to the murderers, allegedly. Yeah. I'm tired. Listen, I think I've covered enough. She's guilty, alleged. You know, some people said that the hospital shouldn't have sent her to the bathroom unattended. Look, all the semantics. Listen, yeah, sure, why not? It doesn't change the fact that what I just explained to you, she did it on purpose, allegedly. She did it on purpose, right? So, as much as we might blame the hospital for bringing her to the bathroom, at some point, there has to be accountability for one's actions, right? So, if I give you the knife, and well, no, that's a wrong example. I'm too tired to think of an analogy, but that you know, that's my final thought. Let's go to my let's talk. Oh my God. So look, if you are new here and if you got to this point, please press like. That means you like me enough, and subscribe if you haven't done so. And you know, the let's talk is when I take off my jacket and I talk to you some more about what. About random stuff. Anyway, so I want to share something with you. It's gonna be a quick let's talk, but you know, it's 1 a.m. I'm happy to report to you guys that I made a donation on our behalf. The vision I have for PACT Nation is that of an entity, a drive of awareness, which would trigger a change for the positive. And I want that drive to target specific groups. I want PACT Nation to be an outlet for the underdogs. Who are the underdogs? There are two groups who are mainly scapegoated almost all the time, threatened, abused almost all the time. That's women and children and members of the LGBTQ plus community. I'll be a hypocrite. I was raised by a matriarch. My husband's family was raised by a matriarch. I come from a matriarchal cloth. And I'm gay. And so, figures. English, what time is it? Oh God, it's late. Anyway, so I found this company. I put the name up in the editing. And I found them during the pandemic. The pandemic was very difficult for me, because I've lost my job. The pandemic put me out of business like that. I literally, we closed shop in March, no income for yeah, very depressing time. But anyway, I was very lucky to be able to get out of it with my life. Anyway, I found this company during the pandemic because as I was getting myself better, I've listened to the radio and I heard about this company. And they were feeding not only the homeless, because they were feeding homeless people, but they were feeding families that couldn't feed themselves. But not just any families specifically in Trenton, New Jersey. Trenton, New Jersey is one of the worst city in the United States. It's super unsafe. I think the murder is 32 murders a month. I don't know. You can Google it, but Trenton, New Jersey is not a place where you really want to raise kids. But for some people, that's reality. And the pandemic really changed that. And a lot of school systems and school districts rely on property taxes for quality education. Trenton, New Jersey, nobody wants to invest there. Nobody wants to live there. If you can't afford it, you don't go anywhere near Trenton. So there's no capital to better Trenton, which is the capital of New Jersey. I'm just saying, government. I'm just looking at you side eyes. Anyway, I digress. And so what they did during the pandemic is that they would go to restaurants, because restaurants would throw their food. They would overproduce. Anyway, for a while, they would go over to restaurants and they would negotiate a deal. They would negotiate a deal to purchase food at a much discounted rate, package it, and deliver it in person, by the way, to those families in Trenton. In person. Listen, I love my life a little too much. I'm not dying for anybody. Sorry, except my daughter. No thanks. So I give them a hat for just getting in that car and driving around Trenton delivering food door to door. What? Hats to you. Anyway, they did that for the pandemic. Now, the organization is led by people who are retirees of very wealthy, powerful companies. Yes, they have money themselves. Yes, of course. But I found that to be very cool because they are using their connections to be able to secure wholesale deals, to secure access to deals that normally would make this endeavor very, very impossible. Now I'm going to get to where PACT Nation comes into play. Because when I looked into that organization and I saw the people who were heading the organization and I saw how they were retirees, wealthy retirees that were in the trenches, literally in the trenches, and they were campaigning for donations, okay? And you might ask yourself, why don't they do it themselves? That's not how it works. I don't want to explain how it works. That's not how it works. Don't be mad at them. That's not how things works. Okay? No, they couldn't just donate. I mean, they donated, but they can't just fund the whole operation. That's not sustainable. If you're trying to provide a service and help if you're trying to help a cause, it has to be sustainable. Me emptying my bank account is not sustainable because then I'm under. To help someone, you have to stand on your own 2 feet. Otherwise, you're not ready to help. Anyway, I digress. So what I'm trying to tell you, this is where PACT Nation comes in, because when the pandemic was over, something happened where they couldn't deliver the service anymore. I didn't know. I didn't ask questions. I really didn't, because I trusted their wherewithal because of how difficult it was already during the pandemic, and they made it work. So something intricate happened that made it not work anymore. It could be something at the wholesale deal. It didn't matter. But what they did, instead of just, closing shop, no, they reinvented themselves and they went, still in Trenton, they went after helping the Trenton educational system. And so what they did is that they went along and they campaigned for donations, but they took that money and they used their connection to secure wholesale deals with Amazon and, Staples and all that stuff, and they purchase backpacks and a year's worth of supply for as many kids in a Trenton school district as they can. Because it will surprise you to know that in Trenton, New Jersey, there's almost no money in the school systems, that some kids don't even have the proper material to even get a pen, a book, an eraser, glue. Really? A backpack? That's how poorly funded the Trenton school system is. And the only way to escape poverty, the main way to escape misfortune, education. If you don't fill your head with education, especially if you're a young child, it's going to be hard for you. You need to be able to think critically. You need to be able to solve problems. Not to do that, you have to think critically. Not to think critically, you have to be exposed to a lot of scenarios, a lot of options. You have to fail a lot, but you have to do it in a controlled environment that is safe and conducive for learning. Right? This is just one piece of the puzzle. And they can't tackle everything, but it was very cool. And so I made a donation on our behalf. $250. Yeah, like your monetary support. I took it. And I gave it. And I wanted to see the result. And I told them, because I called. I called. You know who I am? I called. And I asked a ton of questions. And I said, okay, what's the plan? How is this going to work? I want to see something. I want to see something. So I'm going to go into my little picture stuff, and I'm going to share with you here in the editing. These are the bags. It's a 24 bags full with school supplies for the whole year. We've helped 24 kids. Guys, we have secured an entire school year for 24 children. How cool is that? How cool is that? And then the organization uses a church as a point of distribution. And the kids and their parents go to the church and pick up the bag for the year. And they don't have to worry about school supplies. They can take that extra energy and worry about food and security. Sorry, we're friends. School and security. I thought it made me so full that I was able to do that on our behalf, because that is literally the first step in my bigger mission, which is PACT Nation making a change. And I didn't even ask for accolade. Matter of fact, it took me a while to even ask for pictures. I didn't say no, I was just like, here's the money. Let me just see what you do with it. And it's afterwards, Chris was like, you didn't get any proof? I said, no. He's like, people are not going to believe you. I said, oh God, I can't believe I have to think like that. Okay, fine. And I had to go back and be like, do you have any pictures to give me? And yeah, he found the pictures and he gave it to me, because he was like, thank you so much. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's kind of odd to ask for pictures when you do something good. It's like, can I get proof of that? It's like, it's weird, but Christopher was right. If I didn't have anything to show, you'd be like, what are you talking about? So, yeah, but for the future, I'll see if I can write a check under PACT Nation and take a picture of the check. I don't know how I'm going to do this, but all I know is that I am very proud of this little donation that I've made on our behalf. So everybody feel very proud. Feel very proud of your monetary support, and feel very proud of your liking, subscribing, on your viewership support, because this support, it's what's going to allow me to grow bigger and help do more. Yeah, wouldn't that be great if I can just partner up with a women's shelter and help there? Now, you know me, I'm like a mini accountant. Pennies don't escape me, and I don't just give money for nothing. Well, that came out wrong. No, you know what I mean. I don't give money just to give. No, I follow. I'm like, really? What did my dollar do? Oh, okay. Okay, I track everything. I'm not giving you money for you to squander and spoil it. I'm the guy who will call you every day and be like, so what's the update? So what's the update? Oh, really? So what's the update? I'm that guy. I'm the annoying person on the phone. And you better not pick up my phone call, because that's the quickest way for me to get very angry. What? I'm giving you a donation. I'm calling. You better pick up and give me an update. Otherwise, relationship is over. You try calling the Red Cross. Please, I have so many issues with the Red Cross and Doctors Without Borders. I have a friend. I have my very good friend Dimitri. We went to school together. Yeah, he became a doctor, but he did Doctor Without Borders. I have some inside story that's going to blow your mind, but I'm not going to share it with you because I didn't ask his permission. Let's just put it this way: he's not doing any more. Yeah. He's not doing any more. I wonder why. Yeah. Listen. Anyway. I'm so tired. I'm exhausted. Goodbye. I'm going to go straight to sleep. See you Wednesday. Bye. Thank you. Thank you so much.